He wasn't just a rapper, he was a survivor. Imagine growing up in a world where the thumping beats and basketballs on the court were often drowned out by the echoing gunfire of gang wars. This is a story of the game. Early life in Compton. The game's early life started in the heart of Compton, where he was born into a world that was far from ordinary. See, his parents were deeply entrenched in the world of gangs. Now, his pops was a nutty block Crip, and his mom, no less fierce, was a Hoover Criplet. So he grew up in a primary Crip-controlled neighborhood known as Santa Block. Man, just imagine growing up in a household where gang affiliations were just part of daily life. Now it's safe to say that young Jayceon Taylor had his share of exposure to the street life from day one. Picture this, Jayceon, just a little tyke, gazing out his window in Compton, only to see the harsh realities of violence and crime unfold before his very eyes. Now at an age when most kids are learning to ride a bike, he was already exposed to the grim side of life. We talking shootouts, drug deals, and dangerous encounters were the norm in his neighborhood. Now it's hard to fathom how these early experiences would shape his future. Now one of the most heart-wrenching aspects of the game's early life was the loss of a close childhood friend to senseless violence. At a tender age of around 6 years old, he witnessed the unthinkable, his friend's life being cut short by a teenager, all for a pair of clothes and some shoes. Now this tragedy would forever etch into his memory the harsh reality of the streets and the value of loyalty and of friendship. And as if the challenges he faced at home weren't enough, Jayceon's life took another dramatic turn when, at the age of 7, he was placed into foster care. In these formative years in Compton, the game's life was already far removed from the average kids. Foster care and education. So after a rocky start in Compton, the game's life took a new twist when he entered the foster care system at the tender age of 7. But foster care ain't exactly a walk in the park, as many of us know. Now young Jayceon had his fair share of teasing and challenges. Kids can be pretty damn merciless sometimes, and being different in foster care, y'all, that didn't make it any easier. Yet he had something inside him that would eventually set him apart. Amidst the teasing and hardships, there was a silver lining for the game. His intelligence and academic prowess didn't go unnoticed. His foster parents and caregivers recognized his potential. Now this kid was not just street smart, but book smart too. He often found himself helping his foster siblings with their homework, a talent that would serve him well in the future. Now, here's a pretty cool part of the game's early life. At the age of 10, he had a chance encounter with his idol, the legendary Eazy-E, founder of NWA. Man, imagine meeting the person you look up to most in the world at such a young age. This moment was nothing short of life-changing for him and set the stage for what was to come. But it wasn't all smooth sailing from there. Nah, the game's adolescent years were far from easy. Now at 13, he faced a devastating blow when his older brother, just 17 at the time and recently signed for a record deal, was shot at a gas station. The pain of losing his brother weighed heavily on him. Now he couldn't help but feel that his father's absence played a role in this tragedy. Now it was a tough time for young Jayceon, and life continued to throw curveballs his way. Now despite the hardships, the game soldiered on. He attended Compton High School, where most students affiliated with gangs were Crips. Now here's where things start to get a little bit interesting. The gang's natural athletic abilities landed him the role of a point guard on the basketball team. But he didn't stop there. He also excelled in track and other sports too. Now it's safe to say that he was a sports prodigy in the making. But as life has a way of throwing curveballs, even with a bright future in front of him, the game's ticket out of Compton was short-lived. College and lost opportunities. After graduating from Compton High School in 1999, the game found himself at a crossroads, but he had something many kids only dream of: scholarship offers from various colleges. Man, it's like the golden ticket for a better future to get out of the hood. Now in the end, he decided to enroll at Washington State University, not for academics mind you, but to play basketball. Now you'd think that his ticket out of Compton was secured, but life had other plans for him. In a cruel turn of events, his scholarship was revoked. Why, you ask? Well, it turns out that he was found with drugs in his possession. And can you believe it? Now the very opportunity that could have changed his life was slipping right through his fingers because of a drug-related incident. It's one of those moments where you realize that sometimes life's got a way of giving you a taste of success only to yank it away. So back into Compton he went, his college dreams shattered, but the game was a survivor. Now, along with his brother, Big Phase 100, they set up an apartment in Bellflower, a neighborhood on the outskirts of Compton. And what you think they got into? Yeah, the drug trade. An October of '06 interview with MTV News correspondent Sway Calloway. The game described his family as dysfunctional. Now, his older brother was a Cedar Block Piru Bloods member in West Compton, California. Now, they quickly became the go-to guys in the area, establishing a bit of a monopoly on the whole thing. Now, it's like a scene straight from a movie, but this was Jason Taylor's reality. But life has got a funny way of balancing the scales, and sometimes it can do so in the most unexpected ways. Near-death experience and transformation. On that fateful night of October 1st, 2001, Jason Taylor, known to us as The Game, experienced an event that would change the course of his young life forever. Now, it was around 2 a.m. and he was at his apartment in Bellflower, Compton, just minding his own damn business. Now, he heard a knock on the door. Not thinking it was a late night customer looking for some merchandise. You know, the kind he and his brother were known for. But this time, it was different. The customer brought 2 buddies along. And you know, what followed was nothing short of a nightmare for the dude. So a scuffle erupted, some punches were thrown, and before he knew it, the Game found himself on the wrong end of a gun. Now the brother was shot not once, not twice, but 5 times, execution style. Now imagine the sheer terror and pain that he must have felt in those horrifying moments. Now, most people might not have made it through such a harrowing ordeal, but the Game, he was made of tougher stuff. Now, after lying still for what must have felt like an eternity, he managed to use his cell phone to call for an ambulance. Man, it's almost straight up miraculous that he survived. Now, Taylor slipped into a coma and remained there for 2 agonizingly long days. But check this. During his recovery, something remarkable happened. And you buy all the classic hip-hop albums that you can find. Now, these albums, they weren't just music to him, right? They was textbooks, blueprints for a brand new beginning. Now, at the beginning of this musical journey, his flows might have been a little weak, but the Game was a quick study. See, what he did is he dissected the rhymes, rhythms, and styles of his favorite rappers, mixing and matching elements to create his own brand new unique persona and lyrical style. And then, straight up with his recovery, came a newfound, newly birthed passion for music. Now the Game, he wasn't just an observer anymore, man. He was ready to be a top-tier creator. So comment down below what you think of this life story before fame. Do you think that everything that happened to the Game needed to happen before he would wake up and become the rapper that he was meant to be? Make sure you share what you think down in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more friendship stories from the world of music and beyond. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We catch you next time.